can you imagine a world where patients that have suffered from a heart attack actually get better? A world where patients no longer have to swallow pills every day for the rest of their lives and have nasty side effects of these pills? Can you imagine a world where these patients don't have immobility and pain anymore? Can you imagine a life where these patients can actually live their life again and connect with the people they love and cherish? Can you imagine that? Well, I can. With my colleagues and I, we have developed a method to obtain such a world, a method that will revolutionize healthcare, a method that will help millions of people worldwide and can save the cost of healthcare with billions of euros. This method is StemBells. So what happens in a heart attack is that you get an occlusion of an artery, which leads to a large part of the heart that dies. And the heart cannot regenerate itself, unfortunately. So the part of the heart that dies is replaced by scar tissue. And scar tissue is non-contractile, so the heart doesn't function anymore as well as it did. So this non-functioning heart leads to heart failure, and heart failure is a really incapacitating disease which affects at least 100 million people worldwide. So people thought, well, stem cells could be the solution for this problem, because stem cells have the ability to become every other cell in the human body. And so a stem cell could also form new heart tissue, so they could form a new regenerative heart. So these stem cells were injected in patients, but it failed, unfortunately. And the major problem was that not enough stem cells attached and reached to the damaged area of the cells, of the infarcted area. Luckily, at the VUMC, people worked with microbubbles and ultrasound. And microbubbles are gas-filled bubbles which you can target specifically to any part of the human body you want. So we thought, why don't we combine these two techniques with the stem cells and the microbubbles to form our StemBell technique. And a StemBell is a stem cell that we couple to all these little gas-filled microbubbles to form a bridge between the stem cells and the damaged cells of the infarcted area, to specifically increase the number of cells at the right place in the heart. And this is an actual image of such a StemBell. Yes. So this is a cell covered with all these cool microbubbles. But there's another problem with when you inject cells, and that is that most of the cells pass through the middle of the bloodstream, so they don't come in contact where they should attach. So luckily, our StemBells are susceptible to ultrasound. So you can push them from the middle of the bloodstream to the vessel wall where they can attach. So recently, we have performed a study in rats, and we found that 8 times as much cells were present specifically with our StemBell technique in the heart where we needed it. So that's an enormous increase in number of cells. So now we thought, well, we have more cells. Does this also lead to a better functioning heart? And actually it does. The StemBell technique works. There's a 70% reduction in infarct size, which is an enormous reduction. So here we are now in 2013, and we need to get these StemBells into the patients, into the clinic. But unfortunately, research for this in clinical trials is really, really expensive. So we already have the key to success, but it's an expensive key. So in order to help us, it would be really tragic if this wonderful discovery would be put on the shelf, never to be used for patients due to a lack of funding. So we need to get this into the patients. So the TEDx will help me with the awareness of all the people that can help me with this project. So I cannot only imagine a world where people less suffer from a heart attack, but I can actually create such a world. And I need your help with this. And actually I need your help. So you need to vote for StemBells. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a great presentation. Again, this could very well make you famous and rich.
I hope so.
So why do you need us that badly if this is such a great idea?
Because no one will fund it now. So that's
Why not?
amazing. And I've absolutely no clue why people don't want to help me. So there are no investors now. So the project really stopped. Last Monday the project stopped. So that's devastating. And I think I have an excellent idea and the future. I have the future in my hands. But that's
Too
it.
bad. And
Yeah.
frankly, difficult to understand for us.
Very difficult.
Where did you go wrong in your presentation to all those investors?
I have no idea. So we tried it everywhere.
Were
With
the
the- with
doubts
the-
expressed when you
So
tried to-
actually the government, I believe that the government has a really problem. They really should invest in this, but they don't.
Okay.
I really like that you love your own project so much. I think that's a really good quality. Yeah, but since we have a little bit of time, do you feel this is a thing in the Netherlands that government is sort of sticking to structure and new ideas are being? Can you comment on that a bit?
Yeah, I truly
In a
believe that.
non-emotional way. Yeah.
No, I don't think it's a problem for our government. It's a problem for every government in the world, because
But you need
funding for research
Yeah,
is.
but
You
is
need industry, not government. Yeah.
Why
I know.
didn't the industry? Why wasn't the industry interested?
So there are companies which produce these microbubbles, and
Yeah.
there are companies that produce these stem cells. And I talked to them both, but they need to work together, and that's also a difficult thing because the patent, they also should buy. One of them has to buy it, and they can't buy it together. So there are problems with that. So actually, maybe I should start my own company or something and do it.
Do you have a patent?
Yes.
Okay. Good luck.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.